Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Friday, July 13th and Saturday, July 14th by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is the evolution in me brings revolution to the world. And today, I couldn't actually do a horoscope yesterday with that eclipse because it knocked me out. I basically slept all day and then slept another 12 hours last night. It could have been the move on top of that, but I think it was in large part that eclipse energy. And that's one of the things we need to remember through all of these eclipses, that energy of nurturing ourselves, showing up and taking care of ourselves. There's a large focus on inner child coming up in and through the next two eclipses. And so if you can continue to nurture yourself, then your inner child, hopefully, as long as you're addressing and nurturing your inner child as well, that will be strongly addressed and taken care of and able to break through any paradigms that are coming to be broken through in and through these eclipse energies. That being said, there is a strong focus on inner child now coming because the moon just shifted into Leo. So just for the next 2.5 days, we'll have this moon in Leo, kind of preparing us for Leo season, which is just around the bend, and preparing us for the next two eclipses. Even though the next eclipse is a lunar eclipse in the sign of Aquarius, the North Node and the Sun are going to be in Leo. So we still have that strong Leo pull energy in and through this next eclipse. That being said, we are in eclipse corridor time. And sometimes I find eclipse corridor time can be really intense as we're being pushed to break through old paradigms. Now there's a major, very interesting thing that's happening. We are going to have a yod in that final eclipse. It's a yod that points at Leo, so the finger of God, the finger of fate is pointing at that Leo energy, pointing at love, heart, inner child energy. But we have that yod actually activated right now. The two players in the yod are Pluto in Capricorn, Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, shifting old paradigms, shifting the structure of things, and Neptune retrograde in Pisces, releasing old karmic energies that have probably fed into these foundations, these structures that we're in the process of unwinding and undoing. Now this finger of God, this finger of fate right now is pointing at Mercury. Mercury is in preparation, it's in shadow, preparing to go retrograde in Leo. Mercury preparing to go retrograde in Leo, reminding us to bring our mindfulness, to bring our consciousness, to bring our awareness to the energy of love. So keep remembering that as you are unwinding, as you're releasing old conditioning, whether it is through these old karmic contracts, past life energies that you've been carrying, or even the structure of society where it does not work when you align with your heart and soul, this is the time to begin to become mindful of it, because this yod is activated at this time, reminding us that the finger of God, the finger of fate, love consciousness is on the rise, and this is how we too are going to be in our rise. That being said, we are in our second Revolution Evolution Day of Sun in Cancer. So this is where we may have triggers come up. Although my feeling is, compared to the triggers of the eclipse, today is probably not quite as intense. But if you are still feeling triggered, notice where you are being called to nurture yourself first and foremost. Where you need to stop, drop, and feel in and through what's going on for you. And then realize that these evolutionary processes, as you step up and allow yourself to process your sorrow, slow down, process your sorrow, just be with it. You are in your personal evolution, and that does cause revolution in the world. The more we become aware and conscious of what's going on with ourselves on a deeper level, the better. So let's dig into some of these astro transits. As I have done this, some of these have already passed, but still worth talking about. The moon in Leo connected to Uranus. There may have been some worth stuff coming up. Uranus is part of the player in this next eclipse that's coming up. Uranus is part of a T-square in and of this next eclipse. So worth stuff is up. Worth stuff around your inner child. Worth stuff around your heart. Worth stuff about honoring your creativity. Worth stuff around beauty. So be prepared to nurture yourself, tend to yourself, care for yourself in and through any of those things that come up. Even though that transit has already technically passed, still good to bring your awareness around that. Moon building into an opposition with Mars. We have Mars retrograde in Aquarius. Have we talked about all these retrogrades? Oh my god. We are doing the inner work up the wazoo. Literally, figuratively, all of the ways. Anyways, this is at 7 degrees. So Mars retrograde in the sign of Aquarius. We are being called to really, again, I have the mindfulness word coming up, really be mindful of what we are engaging with and in, and is it of matching vibration with your highest self, with the highest parts of yourself? Or are you still matching vibrations with parts of yourself, parts of your shadow, for instance, parts of your shadow, because I was going to say parts of your fear, but that's part of the shadow. Are you still matching frequencies with that? This is an opportunity to upgrade those frequencies. This is an opportunity for you to get into your spiritual flow. This is an opportunity for you to get into your heart flow. The other card I have for today is the participation card, and I call this card Body, Mind, Spirit, Soul card. This is when we really do tap into all those energies. I'd like to say really, let's see, body, mind, spirit, soul, heart. This is really about bringing together those energies. So are you in that alignment, or are you aligning with the fears? Are you aligning with these mental processes, the mental trying to figure out, be 20 steps ahead of the universe? You're never going to be 20 steps ahead of the universe. Believe me, I've tried. It doesn't work like that. In the moment, now, body, mind, spirit, soul, heart. That's what the universe ultimately wants. We are also building into an interesting connection. This is interesting. Whew. Evolution, revolution energies. Okay, Venus in Virgo. Venus in Virgo, I wrote a little post about it, but I didn't do a video on it. Venus in Virgo is the place where we need to nurture our physical bodies, where we need to find value in the process of the physical body. It's so interesting because when you get on the spiritual path, sometimes you're like, I am not my body. And while you are not, you are the soul. This is your temple. This is the temple of the thing that is most sacred to you. So it does deserve the tending. You know, it does deserve the love that is needed to keep you going while on this planet, while going through your deep spiritual lessons. So this to me is a call to tend to your daily reality, tend to your physical virtual reality interpreter, your physical body. Love on it. I like to say this is my pet. Treat it like a pet. How does your pet need to be taken care of? Again, especially through all of these energies. Now this is connecting with Saturn. Saturn in Capricorn, retrograde, and this is at 4 degrees. 4 degrees is that revolution, evolution degree. So here we have that revolution, evolution energy happening again. You may be triggered around your body. You may be somebody who's like, my body is working against me, my body's not working for me. That is not the case. Your body is probably one of the things that is most on your side when it comes to doing your spiritual work. Your body is like your most loyal pet that will not betray you in the least. If things are going on in your body that feels like betrayed, that means that there's something that's out of alignment. This is where you can show up. Change the structure of how you treat your body. Now this is just like a really fast transitory connection, I can't think of the word. My brain is still tired, but aspect, you know, these two energies connecting, Venus and Saturn right now, but this is a very important lesson, and this may be one of the important lessons that can help shift the tide during these eclipse energies, during this eclipse season. So, be vigilant. How is your body showing up? Mine is stressed out after this last month. It's like, can you feed me like you feed me again? And can you sleep again? And can you stop being stressed? So I have a lot of work that I have to do for me to show up for me, to practice the responsibility when it comes to my body so that I can show up better in the world and show up here on camera daily and like feel good. So, because that's important. So, what's that for you? Where can you show up and tend to yourself? Be present with yourself and don't get caught up in the conditioning. I wish I had the comparison card. Don't get caught up in comparisons with anybody else, what their body looks like, blah, 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 any of that stuff. What is your body saying to you? Show up, listen to that, and be prepared to evolve and shift on that level. For Saturday, we have the moon continuing through Leo. It's going to square Jupiter. Jupiter is newly direct in Scorpio. Being vigilant around shadows that may come up. There may be some shadows around your love energies that could come up. one of the things that keeps coming up, and this is going to be brought to life, and then through the final eclipse, is where we carry patriarchal within ourselves and where we mimic unhealthy patriarchal energies within ourselves. Is there a place where you think that you're following the love, but the love that you're following is really based on a fear? So be very vigilant around your love. 13 degrees, again, revolution, evolution energy. And it's Friday the 13th right now. So the 13, that revolution, evolution energy, that shift energy is so big right now. But 13 is also, I think, a very lucky number. It's the number of the goddess. It's the number of moons that we have in and through the year. So honor yourself through the 13. Treat yourself like the temple. Notice where you may be focusing your love on something that's not true love for you, and see how you can shift. The final connection we are talking about, oh, this is right on my moon in Leo. We have the moon in Leo on Mercury in Leo, still working in and through that yod energy that we talked about earlier in the scope. Love, consciousness, walking the talk, talking the walk. Make sure that you're doing both, that you're not just talking the love game and not living it when it comes to yourself, when it comes to anybody else. Walk your talk, talk your walk. Find your way in and through both. I have the image of the infinity symbol working that. That's how you're really going to make these shifts. That's how you're going to release these old things, because you're going to align with that energy of love, and that is going to carry you forward in a beautiful manner. So I thought I brought another set of cards out here with me, but apparently I didn't. So that's going to be it for today. So if you would like to book a reading, email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Something just happened. I need to go attend to that. Besides that, there is enough love in the world for you, and the better it gets, the better it gets. Namaste.